All right, listen up, Marks. It's time.
Hold on a second. I thought I was doing this one. I thought that was the whole thing.
Sure.
What's that? What was that noise? The fuck is that?
Sounds like you were firing shots over there.
All right. Welcome back, folks, to DQP Does, the Crimson Ring. We're going to go over...
Whoa!
We're going to go
Ain't
over
nobody
some
doing the
pay-per-views.
Crimson Ring.
Don't do that.
We're going to go over Fight for the Fallen and Extreme Rules. With me this morning, because it's morning time. I don't know who records during the day, but whatever.
Every morning, disc jockey.
Yeah. Shock jocks, ooh.
Yeah. Are you saying you're better than Howard Stern?
It's Squirrely D, Big Smooth,
With an ED.
Yeah.
with
On the
ED.
end.
With ED. And then myself, Shane.
And if you have problems, you can get a hold of our new sponsor, Blue Chew.
We don't have any sponsors, guys. We're
No.
we're still
No.
in
They're
the
just-
bargain basement of podcasts here,
DQ
especially this one.
DQP doesn't have any sponsors. We're a real
No,
podcast?
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
sponsors.
And we're sponsored by
Then I'm just
Omaha
eating
Steaks.
these.
No,
Yeah,
guys.
Omaha
All right, so we're going to
Steaks.
talk about these pay-per-views. The first one was on Saturday, and it was Fight for the Fallen. Do we want to just go right in, or do you guys want to do like a overview?
Well, the CGI was terrible.
There
and
wasn't any.
They didn't follow the comic books.
There wasn't any
the
CGI.
whole dinosaur thing.
and other stuff that you might say on
What
your
was
podcast.
that?
I don't know. It was a bunch of blithering nonsense.
Okay, well. So the first match was Sonny Kiss and Peter Avalon, correct?
Yeah, the librarian.
So what'd you guys think about that one?
Shh.
It's a library. We gotta be quiet.
So what did you guys think about that one?
Well, I thought Sonny Kiss was very athletic in this, and Peter Avalon should go wrestle in someone's backyard.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Peter Avalon, not great.
Not great, yeah.
Nope.
The dueling librarian gimmick is not working for me. I love some Leva Bates. I'm not going to denounce her in the slightest. She played that character up fantastically. Peter Avalon did not. He's got like a weird pedo stash.
Yeah, I was also wondering why he came out in like the Ric Flair robe when he's supposed to be a librarian.
Yeah,
I didn't get that either. Like, I just don't like him at all.
No, he's not a good actor, character guy.
Yeah, and not to get that confused with like he's a heel, so we're not supposed to like him. He was just bad.
Yeah, he was like, what was Earthquake's character when he like fell over all the equipment?
The Shockmaster?
Yeah. That was
Shockmaster.
bad.
He wasn't wearing a helmet and he didn't fall over. I don't understand where you're getting the Shockmaster.
Because it was that bad.
Okay.
I thought it was bad.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't good.
Sonny was though. I thought,
Yeah.
Yeah, very entertaining.
and
Well, one half of the match was very entertaining.
I'm interested to see how much they're gonna be able to do that gimmick on television though.
Dude, the world's woke. It's fine.
But is that woke or is that?
Or is it making fun of? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it would be only making fun of if he was playing, like, if he was straight playing this role.
Okay.
He's
I mean,
not.
I think it also depends on how people react to it.
I mean, is he being himself and turning it up to an 11?
I think so.
Is it any different than Stone Cold's gimmick
Yes.
or Becky's gimmick
Yes.
or other wrestlers that act like themselves and turn it up?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I think it depends on how people react to it. Because, like, if somebody starts getting kind of homophobic about it, then it might become a thing.
Well, and AEW is, like, promoting that they're very, like, inclusive of all things.
Right. Yeah, and that's fine. But something that we've talked about in some of the other podcasts where, like, inclusion isn't necessarily bringing it forward. It's making it so that it isn't a thing, right? So, like, he's a gay guy, and it's not necessarily like that has nothing to do with his character. He just is gay. It doesn't matter.
Right. So what's he doing? That's the problem.
No, I don't think there's anything that he's necessarily doing.
I'm more concerned by his ring attire. I don't know that is going to be able to be on a PG family.
He's wearing
friendly.
trunks.
He's not wearing. He's wearing a thong.
I don't know.
I thought they were trunks.
I did think like they had some weird mesh going on the on his trunks.
Maybe they were meshy trunks.
Yeah.
Like
and fishnets.
Maybe you didn't stare hard enough.
Yeah, we were staring at his juicy butt.
Okay, well that took all of 4 minutes.
It's almost 6 minutes. Come on.
Yeah. Edit. All right. I gave this one 2 on the scale.
Okay.
It wasn't like a terribly wrestled match, but Peter Avalon just doesn't. I don't know if he's trying to play a character too hard, or he just doesn't understand storytelling in the ring.
Yeah.
But it felt very one-sided to me.
I mean, it was one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, it was one-sided match, but it was also like Peter Avalon just wasn't entertaining to me.
No.
So out of a 5, I would also give it a 2.
Out of a 5?
Yeah, because I have a 5 scale, 1 to 5.
Oh, is that how you guys do things over at DQP Does?
No, I would do it out of 10, but I didn't want to show you up that much.
Oh. Shots fired.
All right, so the next match, Shoko Nakajima and Bea Priestley versus Britt Baker and Rio. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Joshis and like how their style mixes with the like more Western wrestlers. Just because it seems like it's super botch heavy.
Well, I think that it was super botch heavy as well, but I think it was all because of Britt.
She was definitely had some problems in that match.
She tagged the wrong Asian in the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
And they're not like...
Dude, the match wasn't good.
No, she botched
wasn't.
all over the Shoko, the little kaiju girl. She had
Shoko Nakajima.
She had several botches. The punches that they threw between Riho and Shoko were like miles away from each other.
Yeah.
So do you think if they'd have had 2 matches here where they would have had Shoko and Rio go at it and then Bea and Britt, that probably would have been a better match, like 2 better matches in the first place?
And that's kind of what it felt like. There was no like tag team in this. It was these 2 girls are going to wrestle, then they're going to tag, and then these 2 girls are going to wrestle.
Yeah, there wasn't any like tag team moves.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
It was not good, and all it was for was to further to set up the Bea Priestley Britt Baker feud.
Right.
But it just made Britt look terrible. And I mean, she had some botches in Double or Nothing as well. That Kylie Ray pile driver.
Yes. Was real bad.
And we haven't seen her since then.
Yeah.
So
She got pile drove out of
pile
forever.
driven.
Yeah. No, drove.
Pile driven.
Yeah, drove.
She was driven to the pile drove.
And gone.
So what would you give this on the wood scale there?
I gave this one a 1 on the scale.
Yeah, same here.
Well, for having a bigger scale, it sure doesn't like do much more, does it?
So the next match, Shawn Spears, MJF, and Sammy Guevara versus Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, and Darby Allin. The 6-man tag. How'd you guys feel about this one?
This is a good match. This is a really good match. I had a hard time figuring out how Shawn Spears and MJF were going to get along because MJF is close friends with Cody Rhodes. But they played it pretty well during the match.
I liked it a lot.
This one was... I didn't understand the reasoning for it. Like, why would these 3 guys team up with these 3 guys? They don't have any story together.
Okay, hold on. It's still early. We don't have weekly television to help us with storylines. We're showcasing these guys' abilities.
But we do
matches.
have Being the Elite. We do have the previous 2 pay-per-views that did give us story going into all this stuff. Like, I knew about the reason that these guys were fighting at Fyter Fest. I don't know why suddenly, other than they're both heels, why, like you were saying, why would MJF and Sean Spears do it? Like, why would MJF agree to team with Sean Spears?
You're not going to get good storyline without like a weekly show to help progress the story.
See, this was kind of like this. What this made me think of was kind of the random tag matches that become a main event of a Raw or SmackDown type show. At the beginning of the show, there's like two feuds going on, and they're just like, all right, you two guys that shouldn't be team together against these two guys that shouldn't be teaming together because we're just going to mix these two feuds to try and make people watch the end of the show, right? And that's kind of what it felt like because we had this like kind of weird chemistry between Spears and MJF. Sammy was kind of thrown in there, which I didn't get that part. But like Joey Janela and Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin of the two teams, that one made more sense to me because they're kind of more like the hardcore darlings.
Except that Joey Janela is not a hardcore darling anymore. Joey Janela is now Twitter warrior Joey.
He only fights Enzo at Blink-182 concerts.
He didn't fight Enzo. Okay, we'll talk about this more on we'll talk about this more on No DQ. But like, I watched that video several times. I laughed several more times. Like,
did they ever get closer than 10 feet apart?
Enzo tried.
Nunzo.
Enzo.
Nunzo.
Enzo.
I don't know.
So I didn't. This match was good technically. I liked it. I liked the finish. I like Sean Spears as the top heel.
Yes.
And I like MJF as the chicken shit heel that's gonna ultimately betray. He's like the Starscream.
All right.
Like, you guys covered Transformers on DQP Does, right?
No.
Oh, that's a Drafty Tunes thing, I think.
Sorry. They all
cartoons.
All the bad ones blend together.
That's why you remember the names of all the podcasts, because this is the only bad one.
That hurts me on a spiritual level.
Well, it's only bad because you're here.
Wow. This is like devolving really quickly, and he's just like texting away.
PPR's not on this.
Devolving was that pay-per-view that WWF put on.
So anyway, what
WWE.
did you guys think about Sean Spears' new T-shirt?
I like it.
Chairman.
He straight up stole it from La Parka, but
Yeah.
La Parka, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a chairman.
Yeah. La Parka is the chairman. Sean Spears can be the vice chairman, assistant to the regional chairman.
Perfect.
I gave this one a 2 on the scale. It was a solid match, but I like the redneck Shakespeare aspect of wrestling. I like that there to be a story. I want to know why these guys are fighting each other.
I think the finish at least informed the story because it was Sean who has a feud starting with Cody, pinning the guy that Cody couldn't pin in a 20-minute match, because he pinned Darby Allin. So I think that at least that part had story to it.
And I like Sammy Guevara. He's like a better version of the Miz.
Did he kill a panda bear?
Not this week.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd give this one a 3. Let's move on to the Brandy and Allie match. If you couldn't hear that was Squirrely D's eyes rolling in the back of his head.
It was
not from pleasure either.
This was a bad one.
Yeah. Brandy was not up for this match apparently.
Okay. You got some thoughts, man?
None that I can talk about on the podcast.
All right, well, I'll talk.
The match was terrible.
The match was terrible.
Bad.
She's like clearly trying to just be Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
And I thought we weren't doing that.
She is a better Stephanie McMahon.
I don't think she is. I think she's a younger Stephanie McMahon. Allie, I don't know. She seems weird to me. There's something about Allie that just seems off.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can say this. I'm gonna say something Kimmy said. She's got like Michael Jackson nose. Like
it's missing?
yeah, like it's I don't. It's
What did I do?
it's clearly not like her nose because it doesn't fit the rest of her face.
Allie?
Yeah.
I feel like she's got like that Nikki Cross face where it's not symmetrical.
But it's not even that it's not symmetrical. It's like when a little kid draws like a face and then they make like the really big eyes and the mouth and then they're just like, oh, triangle for a nose.
And that's how they created Allie.
Yeah.
She's a little kid's
she's a Nintendo
monster.
She's an NES version of Create a Wrestler.
Oh, nice. Okay.
What the fuck
Yeah.
is happening right now?
Allie's a cartoon character.
All right, so Awesome Kong came out with Brandy.
Yeah, after a hug.
What?
They it was gonna be a civilized match. They hugged,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden, Awesome Kong's music hit, and Brandy was like, "I'm the bad guy."
Yeah.
That's exactly her laugh.
And Allie was really pissed about it. She actually did some pretty decent acting as far as being mad.
Again, I think it's just her face.
Yeah, she always just looks mad.
Okay.
Like when she gets fired up and she's got like that weird stretch face.
It's like when you go after a toddler and you're like, "Got your nose," except somebody really got her nose.
What? Okay. So this match ends up finishing with a distraction and then a pin
And a terrible spear.
Yeah.
It's like a toothpick, not a spear.
It was terrible, I tell you.
It was terrible. It was a pickle chip, not a pickle spear.
So then there was after the celebration attack on Allie, and then what's the other?
Aja Kong.
Aja Kong. I knew it was another Kong. I couldn't remember what her first name was.
We're gonna have a battle of the Kongs.
It's a Kong fest at All Out.
Can you imagine
is
if
that
Joey Ryan
surprising?
was on All Out?
All
Could have
out,
a.
all out Kong's out.
He's the special guest referee.
Yes. The bad
Right.
boy of Twitter, Joey Janela.
Why is Joey in this? I was talking about Joey Ryan.
Oh.
I'm saying he
What the
refs
fuck?
it. The dong refs the Kongs.
No, I get it now.
Yeah.
All right, let's back up.
We're gonna reinsert it.
Yep.
Dick flip.
Okay.
And this will never see the light of day.
what did this get on the wood scale?
Well, okay, this is now the fourth match
Yes.
of including the buy-in. And this is the fourth match that was solely to sell me on the all-out matches. So I gave this a Wendy's 4 for 4, but a 1 on the wood scale. Because I every one of these matches has just been to but pay us money for all out. It felt very sports entertainment to me and far less wrestling than the last two.
Lame.
I agree.
Lame.
I would also give this one a 1. It was pretty bad. I was not into it at all.
And because of this, we didn't get to hear Cody with Brandy Rhodes, which I really like.
Yeah.
We just got Cody.
Well, Cody with Dustin.
No,
the
Dustin
Rhodes
was announced
brothers.
first. But we'll get to that
Dusty,
later.
Cody, the Rhodes.
Yeah,
brothers,
come on. Try to
whatever.
keep us on the rails here, host.
Come on, man. And chronological.
You brought it up, asshole.
I'm not the host.
Well, we don't
Dark
fire shots at each
Order
other.
versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Jack Evans and Angelico.
It's pronounced Angelico.
A honeycomb. Got it.
Angeli.
So what did you guys think about this match?
I love a boy and his dinosaur.
Yeah.
Me too.
Luchasaurus was badass.
Yep.
Jungle Boy was badass.
Yep.
Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur.
Yep. Marco's stunt was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who let their kid in?
I think
Take him
it's
out.
I think it's Luchasaurus's kid.
No.
It is
He
his
needs
ward.
to go away.
He's becoming more and more like Batman.
He should have another kid.
He's got Nightwing and Damian at the same time.
He screwed up this one.
Yeah, I don't like his Macho Man jacket.
No. Although he did like fly from like 15 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Nathan did pop on that. When
That
he
was
like,
pretty
oh my
awesome.
God, did you see him go? How far he went up in the air for that?
That I
The
enjoyed.
whole match was like a spot fest. I love them. I love those. I liked the fact that nobody wanted to wrestle Luchasaurus.
Yes.
That like really sells me on him.
He's my second favorite guy in AEW right now.
First one being Jungle Boy. Me too.
No.
Oh, no. Hangman.
I mean, he's good. Hangman's good. There's just something like
I want to see Hangman and Luchasaurus go at it.
yes,
Okay.
with Jungle Boy though. I want to see Hangman and Jungle Boy go at it with Luchasaurus on the outside.
Oh man, I don't know because Jungle Boy is a face. Hangman's a face.
But Luchasaurus is a face.
Yeah, I just want to see them go at it like in a
Feat of strength.
yeah, kind of. You know, when you get the two faces that go at it, and at the end there's like a handshake.
Yeah.
I want that match.
All right, but it'd be like a
So
like
back
a
to
tail
these.
shake.
These
Oh, you're
three
gonna do
tag
your job
teams.
now. Okay. Oh, so Dark Order. I don't like when there's human chairs.
And I thought one of those weird like minions looked different than what I'd seen before.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he was
kind
wearing
of.
like a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was weird.
It was weird.
I liked the Dark Order though. Like when they actually
Yes.
got in and started wrestling. Eric the Viking, like I was a big fan of him.
Oh yeah. So you're saying the War Raiders they're two-timing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I assume so. I mean, it was him, right? That's Sarah Logan's husband, right?
No.
No, that's a complete different guy.
Are you sure? All white people look the same to me.
Fair enough.
The match itself, I can say it. I'm white.
So wait a minute. Is Nikki Cross and Sarah Logan married to the same guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Them white people.
White people problems.
Back to the match.
Oh. Sponsored by Ancestry.com.
No sponsors.
No?
We have no sponsors.
23andMe.
Got it.
No sponsors. Neither of those are sponsors of this show.
Welcome to the Jerry Springer Show. We're going to find out who the dad is and who's married to who.
I'm gonna go take a shit, and while I'm doing that, you guys figure out if you.
I
wanna
thought
do
you were
this
doing
show
it
or
while you
not.
were doing this podcast.
Oh.
Zing, zing.
If anybody's pooping on this podcast, it's you guys.
This is what we do every week.
Yeah, this is our show. If you listen to it, you'd know.
Yeah, but it's shit, so I don't.
That's.
I don't even know why I'm here right now.
At least ours come out current and they're not withheld for
It's
2
okay.
months.
You know how like when
Well, that's because somebody didn't decide to start editing until we had 15 of them done.
so that's
Wait,
not
was
my
that
fault.
firing shots at PPR?
Guess who's off the podcast?
Yeah, welcome to the new podcast, Firing Shots at the PPR.
Okay.
Shane's hosting that one.
PPR, I just want to go on record as saying you are the favorite producer I've worked with here, and I wouldn't change a thing, except maybe, like running things by me when we get guests.
In episode 10.
Yeah, also, yeah, if you could get them to release episode 10, that would be amazing.
So back to this triple threat tag team match.
Yeah, I thought it was great. This was the match of the night so far, obviously. It was a real step up in quality.
There didn't really seem to be any botches or anything in this, which was totally different from the other ones.
I mean, there were a few, but they were...
It was more
played-
timing stuff.
Yeah, it was timing issues, and it was... The whole Marco stunt thing, took me out of it because, Luchasaurus and... I almost said Moon Boy. Jungle Boy,
Gotcha. Comic books, Nathan.
they're faces... They're probably the faces right now, and to allow them to just crazily interfere as much as Marco Stunt did, and
Yeah.
the ref didn't do anything, and he was like, "Hey, get out of here!" And then Luchasaurus picked him up and threw him
Yeah.
into Angelico.
Okay, so this was a thing all night
Yeah, and it bothered me all night.
where and I will agree with that it did bother me where there was just so much interference and shit that should have been DQ worthy.
Yeah.
And nobody gave a shit. all night. The announcers were like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And JR was spouting off nonsense because I don't know if the heat was getting to him or what, but JR was off his rocker on Saturday.
He had some nice new red shoes, though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good for him. But that ramp was just built yesterday. We had to know that like 600 times.
He was overdone on Blue Chew.
Yeah, apparently. He's probably sponsored, though.
By Blue Chew.
Yeah, but not this podcast.
This podcast is sponsored by JR's barbecue sauce.
No, it's not. What'd you give this match?
I gave it a 2 again. It was a really good match, but all it was, like, the Dark Order coming in and winning just so they can fight the best friends. Like, this was another match that was just to get me excited for All Out. And, I mean, it did, but the Marco Stunt interference and the fact that it was solely just to get me to spend money later, it dropped it down to a 2.
So you weren't entertained by it?
I was entertained, but not as much as I should have been.
I think you're letting that get to you too much, but I mean that's just
it's
my opinion.
Scale.
Yeah,
It's
no,
my
I'm just.
personal- It's not like a.
It's my personal opinion about how you're rating these matches.
Well, your opinion's wrong. Next match.
Hangman Page versus Kip Sabian. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Kip, really.
Yeah, I don't like good wrestlers either.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of him. I liked this match, but I don't really care for him.
Okay. 2 questions. 1, is the only time you've seen Kip Sabian at Double or Nothing?
And at Fight for the Fallen.
Is the only time previous to Fight for the Fallen Double or Nothing?
Sure.
2, do you just hate really good matches?
No.
Then why don't you like Kip Sabian?
I don't know. I just don't like him. It's just like, my opinion, man.
I did really like him. I don't like how slow this match started, though.
It did start kind of slow.
Well, the crowd wasn't into it. That was the thing.
Yeah. Was this a match where we were like, are we in Japan now?
Yeah,
Did it
I
just
didn't
get completely
understand.
silent?
Like, I liked the match. I thought it was good. I thought the crowd were treating them like they were in Japan.
Yeah.
They're just like, we don't make any noises until a big spot happens.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. The match the fans weren't into it. They were probably just really, like, hot.
Yeah, well, JR kept telling us it was still 85 degrees after the sun went down.
yeah. And
That's why Brandy couldn't wrestle.
That makes sense.
I like that they're always like, this match has a 30-minute time limit. I don't like how quickly they keep going back to the well on this time limit thing.
Yeah.
This was another one where they had like 30 seconds left and he barely pulled out the win.
Right.
It's like using a gimmick like that is awesome. Using a gimmick like that all the time.
Every match.
Now, hold on a minute. The reason that they're doing this is to put Saban over. He went the distance to an extent with the Hangman. That's why they're doing this.
No, I get that, but JR especially was selling the time limit to the point where it was not like that stopped putting Sabian over. It stopped being, can Hangman defeat Sabian, and it started being, can Hangman defeat Sabian before the time is up.
Right. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that's why they were doing it.
But I mean, like,
Yeah, but he brought it up every match, I think, is what,
yeah,
like, because it was literally, oh, man.
Again, it was very hot. JR was trying to get them to bring him a fucking bottle of water.
Well, yeah, but JR was also trying to sell how that fucking ramp was just built yesterday and how the wood hadn't seasoned yet. So, I mean.
and if anybody knows about seasoning, good old JR.
Yeah.
JR's barbecue sauce.
We are
Not
not
sponsored.
sponsored by anything.
It's got a low sugar content.
For the diabetes.
Because
Stop it.
suffers from diabetes.
Stop.
Oklahoma Sooners.
We're sponsored by fucking college sports teams now. What the fuck? All right, what'd you rate this match?
I gave this one a 3. It was a good match, too slow of a start, and I'm with you. Like, this made Sabian look really good, and I liked Sabian before.
I thought it made him look good. I just don't personally like him. It's not about me saying he's not good.
The Deadeye is the best finisher in professional wrestling right now.
Yes.
I like it a lot, yeah.
If JR hadn't have been like he started saying Hangman was fighting a clock, which he wasn't.
I'd have watched that match though.
Yeah.
Just gonna say it.
All out.
Yeah. Fighting a clock. Yeah. Well, I mean he is. He's fighting Chris Jericho.
Ooh. He's timeless.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying he could die at any moment.
Wow. All right. So you like the Deadeye. You gave it a 3.
I gave it a 3, and then one of the minions came out.
Yep. Only it wasn't a minion.
It wasn't a minion.
It's Chris Jericho. Y2J.
That was cute.
I could tell by his big ass nose sticking out of that
Yeah.
mask.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
And the whole, like, who is that guy? Who is that masked man? Like,
Was it Alex Marvera that was like,
oh, I hate him. Can we just, like, bring back Golden Boy? Golden Boy was awesome.
Hold up, Alex. Oh, it's Marvez.
Yeah, it's
He was
Alex
like-
Marvez.
He goes, wait, that's not Chris Jericho. Pause. Then Jericho takes the mask off. Yeah. A little too soon there, buddy. Dial her back a little bit.
I do not like Marvez.
No.
He's not good on commentary. He really, like, shit the bed on a lot of these matches. And then you could tell JR doesn't like working with him either.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tripping JR up,
I like
too.
Excalibur.
I like Excalibur a lot. I loved Golden Boy at Fyter Fest. I think he should be the third man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're having problems filling that spot, and I don't know why they went back from...
Probably. Well, I think Golden Boy is like a Twitch streamer. Like, I don't think he's really, like, on the payroll.
Oh, well, they should.
Yeah.
I think that was way better commentary on that.
Yep.
So Jericho beats the shit out of Page,
And
busts his eye open, gives his terrible Judas Effect finisher.
yeah.
God damn it, Jericho, I love you, but
You know who
don't use that thing.
You know who does that move, like, amazingly well, though? Is Chris Hero. Or, like, Cassius Ohno when he was in NXT. Like, does the same move, but it just looks so much better.
Or any MMA fighter.
Well, fucking Omega did it later. He did a spinning back elbow, and it fucking looked great.
Because he's Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
He's the cleaner.
All right, I'll give this one a 4. And we're gonna move on. Lucha Brothers versus Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky of SCU.
We're not doing it.
No.
Okay. I'm a huge fan of Pentagon Jr.
Yep.
Uh,
You know what I wasn't a fan of?
who?
The 8 minutes of freestyle dancing
Oh yeah.
that preceded this match.
Yeah, that was weird. Like the and every match that the Lucha Brothers are in, doing the zero whatever.
Zero Firo.
Is it Zero Firo? Like 17 times before anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like pads the fucking match by at least 5 minutes.
Which, like, and spoiler, the ending being rushed and botched. Like, you literally had 8 minutes of Scorpio Sky doing some weird.
He was doing a Fortnite dance.
Was that what it was? I don't know what.
Because he was doing the fist pump with the half like chicken wing thing.
Okay, I mean, I don't.
That's a fucking Fortnite dance.
I used to be into video games, and then I lost my virginity.
Whatever.
Well, I don't want to talk about what happened yesterday. I want to talk about what happened
Really, you
Saturday.
too?
Yeah.
I quit. I'm out.
Sorry. I'm just trying to keep us on page, on task.
We already did the Page match.
Oh, Xavier Woods.
Jesus Christ. Guys.
Hey. Look, man, we're running out of time. Are you going to do
SCU
your fucking
Lucha
job?
Brothers. Come on.
Okay, yeah. So that match was not great. I didn't like it.
I liked a lot of the spots. It was just like the beginning was real slow, and then like you said, the botched end.
Lucha. Oh, wrong lucha.
Yeah.
These are although my son.
I love the house party.
My son was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Sin Cara." No, buddy.
Dude,
No.
the Lucha Bros are probably one of the best tag teams in the world.
They are, and SCU is a good tag team as well. I just don't think they had good chemistry together.
Look, I'm gonna do this for wrestling. Okay, I'm gonna talk some good about this match and not just be here and try to ignore Shane the whole time. I think Frankie looked amazing. Big guy can
Yes.
fly. I was shocked.
Frankie always looks amazing.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky, SU, like those guys are badass. And with the Lucha Bros, like I thought it was a very good tag match. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it was probably better than the tag match we got later on. I'll say it.
I'm gonna agree with that. I still don't think it was that great.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I liked it.
The middle section was really good, but you had
The beginning sucked.
the beginning sucked, and then you also had Daniels doing a bunch of interference with no repercussions.
Yeah.
And then the ending was like terrible. So there was some good wrestling in the middle, but you were like in a shit sandwich. Like, it doesn't matter if you've got prime rib if you've got 2 cow patties on the outside.
I've been in a shit sandwich before. On Tuesdays when we record.
What'd you give this on the wood scale?
Not the Crimson Ring podcast, to clarify.
Yeah, I was gonna say we record on Wednesday.
Oh, well, there's this other one I do where we bitch about graphics and comic book accuracy.
Okay, I gave this one a 2 on the scale because of the, bookends.
Mm-hmm.
It was another match that just tried to get us to All Out.
Yeah, with the end promo.
And I liked that Alex Marvez explained to me that the black and gold ladder were the AEW colors when literally every fucking person in there is wearing black and gold AEW shit.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's Fire Marvez.
No, I got it.
I gave this match a 3. I
don't
think
ever
I thought
rate
it was pretty good.
anything.
Well, what would you rate it?
If I was going to rate a match?
Yeah.
I don't like talking about my scale.
Okay, let me ask you this.
0 to 1.
What was
Where
your
was it?
favorite match of the night?
My favorite match of the night? I mean, I really liked the 6-man tag match.
You think that was your favorite?
Yeah. I think there's a lot more stories to tell, and there's a lot more younger guys that I like to watch.
Yeah.
It was either that or the Hangman match. Yeah.
All right.
I'm more interested in seeing wrestlers that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Because
I
we
get
have
that.
seen the same guys a lot in the last 2 pay-per-views from AEW, and they're only 3 deep. So I'm interested in seeing more guys and more ladies, because like we keep having the same Joshis, and like Bea Priestley was like the first one, and the other Joshi, Shoko Nakajima, were the only 2 new ones.
Yep.
Two new females that we saw in this pay-per-view. And then did we see any new guys in this pay-per-view, or were they all guys that wrestled in the last 2?
We've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to see more new
I mean,
people.
we got to see Sean Spears actually wrestle.
Yeah.
He actually wrestled, so that was
Yeah.
different. But
Let's
all right.
get it back on the rails here, boss. Come on.
I had a question, and
What
that was on the
what was your-
rails.
what was your question?
We
Yeah.
just talked about it. Shut
What
the
was
fuck
your
up.
question?
So Kenny Omega versus Shima.
I think
Kenny
we're going to
Omega
get
went over
a
on this
shit
one?
rating on Apple Podcasts because of this.
That's all
It's
right.
probably going to get like a 3-star review now.
PPR is going to have a lot of editing to do because you guys are just doing whatever the fuck you want.
We're creating mystical arts.
Yes, all right, Kramer.
This isn't fucking Doctor Strange, okay?
Kenny Omega defeated Shima.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about that?
This-
Toilet seat man.
Toilet seat butt. This is my favorite match of the night.
Okay.
This is probably my favorite AEW match I've seen so far. It was awesome. Shima was like obviously prepared for Kenny. He had a counter to everything Kenny did, and it made Kenny pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
It was everything. There were like 4 Meteoras.
There's
6
more than that.
Well, 4 successful Meteoras.
Okay.
There were 6 successful V-triggers in that match.
Yeah.
Which normally puts somebody away. There were 2 countered One-Wing Angels, and then obviously the finish was
legit.
Yeah, which makes his finisher still protected, which I freaking love.
Yeah, I'm super into protecting the finishers. I don't want people to just kick out, especially only 3 pay-per-views deep.
Takes 5 F5s.
It's gonna be
3 stomps.
It's gonna be at All Out where somebody kicks out. You know that Moxley's gonna kick out.
He better kick out of that.
He's not gonna get hit with it, so it doesn't.
You don't think he's gonna get hit with it?
No. Moxley's gonna win.
Yeah, but I think that Kenny's gonna do the One-Wing Angel, and that's gonna be like he's got him. He's got him.
He's gonna put him up in the One-Wing Angel, but he's gonna come down and get DDT'd.
You mean paradigm shifted?
Yep. We're gonna be in a
And
completely
do a back
different realm.
attacks.
And
Joey Janela's gonna be laughing in the background.
and then Hinzo's just gonna.
Punch Joey Janela in the face.
All right, so back to this
Blink
match.
182 is gonna come out and start playing.
You know they.
Oh my God!
bailed on
Isn't it
Fyter
weird?
Fest.
They
They
bailed
talked
on
about
Fyter
them.
Fest, and then they were at that concert and doing the New Jersey
Did
thing.
we get ourselves worked into it or shot into a work?
We got snookied.
Oh, did they snooky us?
Jay Wow, bro.
I'm just
Jay
going to let you
Wow.
guys go.
It's the best thing to do.
Look, man, we need to deal with the situation. No, we don't vape on our podcast, bro.
Yeah.
This is getting edited out so I can do whatever.
Professional. All right. No, I thought this match was great.
Well, hold on. You think PPR edits all of the shit?
No. You really don't listen.
Yeah, he doesn't write anything down yet. Only when we use.
Anyway, I gave this match a
Uh-huh.
4 out of 4. I went all the way to the top. I was there. I was ready.
I also give this one a 4. I thought it was really good, but I'm still not completely sold on Shima.
How can you not be?
This
T-Hawk,
this
man.
isn't like him not being good. This is just a preferential thing. Preferential thing.
The only thing I don't like about Shima is the fact that he constantly has to adjust his man bun.
Oh yeah.
Like every time he would do one of those awesome flips, he would stop and adjust his man bun.
Right. So it was kind of weird. But it was a good match.
It was a great match.
Moving
stars.
I liked it. It was okay.
Moving on, we got Chris Jericho with the open mic, which was just him cutting a promo in the ring.
That should have happened when he unmasked and beat the crap out of Paige.
Yeah.
It's so
I don't know.
dumb that he came back out to talk.
Yeah. Well, he had to wear his
What
scarecrow
a fucking
outfit.
stupid time filler.
And again, the end was rushed.
Yeah. That made me feel weird about this whole pay-per-view because there were several times where the announce team was unsure of what was happening. It made it feel like, 2001 WCW again, which they were on top of all the announcing and the timing and stuff in Double or Nothing
And Fyter Fest.
but they had the camera work specifically in Double or Nothing. They had the camera work of like 2001 fucking WCW where shit was just all over the place and they couldn't figure out where they were supposed to be cutting to. But then this one, like, they were just like, there's no rules to these matches even though there are supposed to be. And then I'm gonna fucking Ric Flair Nathan right now. But there was timing issues with like the production and stuff, and then like the
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about CGI. Yeah, fucking Doctor Strange.
Well, actually, if
Inception,
we
want
to talk about some of the CG problems that I actually had with it, which, like, according to IMDb, they had a couple like segments that were backwards when they went to the video packages. Did you guys remember that? Like the Rhodes brothers should have been way later, but it ended up being in the beginning, and then the Kip Sabian promo aired after the Kip Sabian match.
yeah.
I mean, just if we're gonna bring up CG mistakes,
we probably should. How did you feel about it on a 1 out of 10?
oh, I gave it a 14.
14. Okay, that's fair.
10
enough.
plus because that's how Nathan rates shit.
Yeah,
I like
because
to
he's
say a
professional.
banana with several peels.
Ooh, so it's very
Takes a long time to get to the
Appealing.
sweet
So
fruit.
Jericho came out, cut a promo, talked about Paige and the shit, and then Hangman came out and beat him up, and the locker room emptied.
yeah, like all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Joey Janela just came out there to break his hair tie.
Yeah. I can't put my hair back up.
This-
Help me, guys.
Why is he B. Arthur?
I don't know.
That whole thing was dumb.
Fucking
That's all I'm gonna
Hangman
say.
like decked a ref.
The fake blood on Jericho's hand was bad. The
It's fucking pink.
It was
the
a
makeup
marker.
job, the special effects on Hangman's eye.
Oh my god, guys.
Yeah, hard way, motherfuckers.
All right. So,
This felt like a work, bro.
It
Like
did.
maybe Vince Russo's working there.
oh god.
Swerve.
So next was Young Bucks and Cody and Dustin, the Brotherhood. This was the main event.
Yeah,
How'd you guys feel about this?
exactly. I could not have said it better.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe let me try.
Pretty good.
It was okay.
All right.
I meant his impression. The match was meh.
I liked a lot of the spots, but it just didn't flow very well, and the
Nope.
beginning was super slow.
I like the Young Bucks as heels though.
Yes.
Matt, phenomenal job. I liked that. I liked the Young Bucks storytelling. I did not like this match, and I feel like it was Dustin's fault. Like, not that Dustin is a bad wrestler at all. He just doesn't work that type of match.
Yeah. I felt like they played down to him a lot too, when I think he could have done more than he did.
Yeah, and it did. Is this his last match?
I don't know. To keep billing it as his last match.
He was getting
so-
ready to take off his outfit, or he could have just been hot. I wasn't sure.
Well, at the start of the match, Cody very clearly said to Dustin, "Hey man, one more. This is it." Like, they even made
Yeah.
a point
Yeah.
to linger on that shot.
Yeah.
And I really hope this isn't his last match, because that match versus Cody was fucking awesome.
Right.
There's a lot of hugs.
Yeah.
Too many.
Too many in this one or too many in the...
No, there's too many hugs
In
during the
general.
like after the match, before the match.
Yeah.
Too many hugs.
Dude, but hugs are free.
Bailey wasn't there.
Anyway.
So I gave it a 2.5.
Okay.
It was all right. The end was dumb. Like, they were clearly setting up for another thing, and then they were like, "Oh wait, we're out of time."
Yeah. They got to go home.
Which, you're on a freaking, you're on your streaming service. Like,
yeah. How do
go
they,
over.
Yeah. How do they not have the capability of going over?
You know what I didn't understand? Why did Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus come out to pick up paper off the floor?
Because everybody does everything. It's a very
Luchasaurus,
small
or I
company.
think Jungle Boy was like, money, and he put it in his shorts.
Yeah.
It was fake. It's a work, bro.
Yeah, they were Young Bucks.
God.
Lacy dollars.
Yeah. So then that after the match ended, and the Young Bucks went over, and then they're trying to talk, and they're like, "Oh, we're out of time." That was fucking stupid. And then they went on for another 8 minutes
Yeah.
talking about
They called out the WWE.
Twice.
Just
I don't watch any other promotions, but Dustin's proved to me he's pretty good.
yeah, which is
Okay.
and they were on Nick was on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Well, they called out other promotions when they presented the check, and
Yeah.
Kenny was talking too, kind of being like, I don't know why you'd watch anything else. You know, it's-
Yeah, well, because
where
this
they
one
were
wasn't
shitting
great.
on Evolve,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
it wasn't a good show. It wasn't a good enough show.
it wasn't a good show. I hate Alex Marvez. I just hate the guy. Come do our podcast. We let Shane do it. We'll let you do it. and
Yeah.
We'll just
Yeah. Shane, I think you got a runner-up for your title on this one.
Why am I here?
cross promotion. See, we've got a lot.
Oh, yeah, I'm helping you guys out. Sorry. Keep going.
Bringing us down. We're trying to keep it up.
Yeah.
With Blue Chew, sponsor of the
Not
podcast.
sponsored. You are not sponsored by anything.
That's not true. My mom gave me a check for $5.
Yeah.
And we got the Crimson Ringer. So, everything back on the rails, since I'll do it since nobody else will. Everything about this pay-per-view was rushed. It wasn't great. Real step down from the last two. And I hope once they get a weekly show that we're not going to get this anymore.
I think it's going to be closer to the format of WWE than we want it to be.
I don't want it to, but yeah, I don't want it to be.
I know we don't, but I think that's still going to be a thing where, especially if they're doing all these, I hope the reason that all these pay-per-views were so close together is because they don't have a weekly show. And they're going to do less pay-per-views. They're not going to do a monthly pay-per-view like WWE does.
They are.
Yeah, but see, like, that's problematic.
Well, they are, but it'll be like Fyter Fest and Fight for the Fallen, where we'll have 2 free ones and then pay for one, and 2 free ones and then pay for one.
But the problem with that is that you're going to have more pay-per-views like this one, where it's a meh pay-per-view, and it's just literally building you for the next one, just like the weekly shows will be.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I want the show to build for the pay-per-views, and I want the pay-per-views to have fucking payoff. And that's something that I've always hated. Is like, if it's not fucking SummerSlam or WrestleMania, Survivor Series, nothing fucking happens.
So what you're saying is nothing happened yesterday at Extreme Rules?
Actually, like, a lot happened at Extreme Rules. I wasn't necessarily happy with a lot of it, but a lot happened.
Well, let's move on.
Yeah, let's talk about Extreme Rules since we're done with Fight for the Fallen. Did you have like an overall pay-per-view score for
No.
Fight for the Fallen? Do you want to do that for either
No.
of these? No?
I don't-
Okay.
I don't do those.
All right, so Extreme Rules. We started with the Intercontinental Championship on
Yeah.
the pre-show.
Yeah, I was on the buy-in.
I'm calling pre-shows buy-ins just in general now.
I like it.
All right.
Finn versus Shinsuke. There's a commercial break in this. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate.
That was the whole pre-show. They're like, yeah, in the middle of this match that's for a fucking title, we're going to have an ad for the pay-per-view that you're watching.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Hated that. There was a really bad sunset flip botch. I don't know if you caught that. Like he straight missed Shinsuke. Like, he flipped off onto the mat or onto the floor, completely missed Shinsuke.
Yeah. There were a couple of those where there were just big botches in this match.
That match was so rushed and so garbage. From
Well,
both
neither of
those
them have
guys.
wrestled in like 2 months.
It doesn't matter though. Like, just I feel like we're just gonna go out there, and I feel like it was last minute. Like, just drop the title to Shinsuke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know why.
Obviously, but still,
But why
it
did
was
Shinsuke?
crap.
Yeah.
Like, Shinsuke going over is fine, but I don't like how it happened because it hurts Finn.
Yep.
Even if they're going to put him in the club.
And it hurts the Intercontinental title too.
Yeah.
It's on the
Have it
pre-show.
On
a
the
fucking
pre-show?
pre-show.
Yeah.
Pat Patterson does not like this.
No.
I think only like I like the idea of having a title on the pre-show, but it needs to not be the first. It needs to not be the curtain jerker, and it needs to not be one of the more prestigious titles.
Yeah.
Because there needs to be a reason for people to watch it, right? But so like either put like one of these like Legends matches on there so that people are watching it, or put like the Cruiserweight or one of the tag titles on there on the last match before the actual pay-per-view, not the first match.
And I am fine with the Cruiserweight title being on the pre-show. Like, I've said that before. That's where it belongs. It's the pre-show title.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental title is, I always thought when I was a kid, and you guys can agree or disagree or correct me, isn't the Intercontinental like the step down from the heavyweight title?
Exactly.
It's
That's what
like
I've always
U.S., then Intercontinental, then World title, right?
Yeah.
I always made the U.S. and the Intercontinental the same.
Even
You're
when
talking
there
about
was,
2 different shows when we were growing up.
Well, I mean, it was just Raw when I was Like SmackDown.
No, I'm talking about WCW is where the U.S. title came from.
Oh yeah.
It was like the Intercontinental and then the European title.
Yeah, they had the European title in WCW.
The European title was the TV title, essentially. Like, that's how I ranked them as a child. You had World, U.S., TV, and then World, Intercontinental, European. Like,
Right.
Okay.
They were kind of separate like that. But the television title was actually created for a different purpose because it was defended on the TVs back in the day when they weren't at TVs all the time. And it was supposed to be defended in, like, the first hour or so in the show. Like, that was the purpose of the television title originally.
Right.
Fucking factual information.
I liked it. I was in. Like,
But I
wish I could
agree.
do that star thing, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
You know.
The Intercontinental title was always really important, and putting it on the pre-show kind of disrespects it. That's exactly what I thought, especially since it was the very first match.
I haven't been this offended since they changed the Intercontinental title look when it was that skinny, stupid-looking belt. And now we're back to the way the Intercontinental title should look, and you're still shitting on it.
Yeah, this is dumb.
You know who's been a 9-time Intercontinental Champion?
Who?
Chris Jericho.
One of my favorite wrestlers ever.
More you know.
So what did you give this on the wood scale?
Gave it a 2. I'm still a big Finn mark. I have a hard time not getting into a Finn match even when it's utter shit.
Didn't feel good, and there were 2 pretty big botches, so I'm giving it a 1. Let's go to the Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. Gulak coming in as the champion and retaining.
Man. It was okay. Because apparently the Cruiserweight title is the pre-show championship that we defend on the pre-shows.
Yeah.
And some show called 205 Live. And I wasn't in the match. I'm sure they were doing fine. But you know what takes away from the match? When you small screen it like it's SmackDown Live and air promos for shit we're going to see at Extreme Rules to get those last-minute buy-ins for people to subscribe to the service.
Yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit about the matches, obviously. So I don't give a shit about the match.
Which is a shame because it was a great match.
I thought it was a good match.
Very technically well done. There were no botches.
Nope.
Now, again, they only wrestle for 40 minutes once a week, so they get more time to practice on it. But it was technically flawless.
I thought there were some great spots, but it was definitely like disrespected again because it's on the pre-show, so we get to run ads during it.
Yeah, they did it to both of these matches. That's why I was so out of these matches.
And they did, and in this match, they cut back to the announce table as well. Like, they started talking and they're showing us the announce table on a bigger screen than the match that was going on.
Yeah, it's crap.
Or whatever, not the announce table, but
the pre-show table.
Yeah.
Where Sam Roberts gets to Babylon.
Talk about his podcast.
Yeah. I just want to punch that guy in the face.
Fucking Mark.
So what'd you give this one on a wood scale?
I gave it a 3. It was a really good match, but, like, from what I saw of it.
Right, yeah. Because you had to get your microphone. You had to get your magnifying glass out.
Well, it's both. It's like a Swiss Army.
Oh, okay. Swiss Army, like technical.
Yeah, it's got a microphone and a magnifying glass and a coffee filter.
Okay. Sweet.
Too sweet.
I guess.
Whoop, whoop. I would probably give this one a 3. I would have given it more if I could have watched all of it. So, but anyway,
let's talk about the first match.
The first actual match was a tag match. Okay, so the first 2 matches did not have stipulations on the pre-show.
Well, it was pre-show.
Yeah, it was pre-show.
And
sure.
Other than being, I'm pretty sure Finn and Shinsuke didn't know they had a match until they were like, hey, you guys got to go out there.
So, first match of Extreme Rules. The name of this pay-per-view is that Extreme Rules. So, like, everything should have a stipulation, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a tables match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first match is a tag match, and it is no holds barred. So, it does have a stipulation. No DQs, I guess.
When's the last time you seen The Undertaker open a show?
2012.
Yeah. So
Right
this
about
is
then.
Roman Reigns, Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre.
Do you know how long the Undertaker's entrance was?
No.
I do. 18 minutes
What?
for the Undertaker, not the other three. 25 minutes total before we get to the first match.
Jesus.
The more you know.
18 minutes.
So
That's like 32 Kevin Owens matches.
we'll get to that. We will get to that. How did you guys feel about this match? Other than the 25-minute intro.
I thought the Undertaker looked fantastic.
For his age?
No, he looked great.
He looked
Are you
good in this
kidding me?
match.
I mean, he looked way better than the Redacted, but
Let's not talk about redacted. Let's talk about the dacted.
all right, we're going to undact and
Talk about this match.
Yeah, it was good. I hope that this means it's over. I hope that we get the Vince versus Stone Cold thing next.
Okay.
Well, the Shane and Kevin Owens, but
yeah.
it was good. The announce table was clearly fake though. And this is one of my big beefs with this whole show. Every time there was a spot, like it's not even like they were trying to hide that things were
shit
gimmicked
was
anymore.
Super gimmicked.
Yeah. The
fucking wood gate.
the wooden gate, but that's later on.
Yeah.
The announce table that's clearly foam padding.
Yeah.
Just painted like it looked.
Mm-hmm.
In also this match, the chair that Elias used was literally balsa wood with paper, pretending to be the ends of the guitar. Like, it was bad. Like, it was fluttering around outside of the stage after he smashed the guitar over the Undertaker. Like that. Ugh.
Yep. So I was wondering about some kind of like transference of the feuds, because why was Undertaker part of this? Just so that he could get some kind of match for SummerSlam with one of the other people in the match. Hopefully,
Elias.
Yeah, hopefully not Shane, because that would be dumb.
No, I want a Drew Taker match.
I mean, it might.
Watching them stand toe to toe.
That I will give Kevin Dunn some props on that camera work, where when he came up and did his dead man thing, and then you just see Drew rise up behind him to take him out, and then Roman comes out of nowhere with the spear. Like,
that was great
I
camera
marked
work.
out on that. Like, I was like, oh fuck, yes, that's a thing. It was like that was good.
Yeah. I thought it was a good match. And I'm looking forward to something coming out of this that is not more Roman versus Shane and Drew McIntyre.
No, it'll be Roman versus Shane and Elias.
God damn, I hope not. I hope Elias does get some more decent feuding going on, because I do enjoy his work.
I thought they were teasing a Cena thing, but guess not.
I fan casted a little bit.
Yeah.
I wanted Roman to turn on Taker during the match and everything's a work.
No,
it would have played out beautifully.
no, like just had to have Undertaker take everybody out.
No, just Taker, so we get the rematch from that WrestleMania at SummerSlam.
I don't know, man. Like,
Roman's a good worker, but if Roman was working heel, he'd be the biggest heel in the business.
I wish that they would let him go full rock.
Yeah,
it doesn't
need
matter.
to. Because he's like already selling merch
I'm
and he's like
now.
decent, but like if they turned him and did the Rock shit, then he would be bigger than the Rock, because he's already at a platform that's like high. No, I'm serious. Like, he's already higher than the Rock was before he turned heel.
Like,
Okay.
Shane's going to go feud with KO. So then you would have had Roman, Elias, and Drew, the Blackbeards. That would have been a stable.
And then they would have fought Kyrie and Asuka.
Brazzers.
No, there was a better Brazzers part later, the gift exchange.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lacey was presenting.
Oh, well, that too. All right, so
edit.
on
He's
the
writing it down. Don't worry. I'm only here to make PPR's job difficult, apparently.
I gave it a 3 on the scale. It was another really good
gave it a
match.
3.
I just
I would agree with that.
wasn't all there. And I don't like Shane.
He did it coast to coast.
Hey, I got that joke.
It wasn't a joke. He did do the coast to coast. Where did the garbage can come from?
Under the ring, bro.
ring?
Did it?
Did you see the stack of chairs in the main event? There was like 12 chairs.
No, I
under
saw
the
that,
ring.
but
I'm
it
surprised that ring wasn't taller than it was because there was a ton of shit under
yeah,
it.
there were 85 kendo sticks. Spoiler.
Yeah.
If Kane were there, the whole place would have just went up like kindling.
All right. So next match,
Waterwood.
Raw Tag Team Championship. The Revival were the champions versus the Usos.
Usos. You got to do it right.
Yeah, that's what you guys are here for.
To make it right. That's right. I love it.
Where the fuck did Arnie come from?
He loved it. He ran by.
He just is always in the studio.
Dude.
He'll be back. It's fine.
Ah!
Okay, Revival versus Uso.
Yeah, Revival versus the Usos.
The commentary team on this, like, took me the fuck out of this match. Like, Corey Graves makes me like Michael Cole.
Oh, God.
Jesus, dude. Michael Cole's like the worst thing that happened to professional wrestling.
Wrong. Michael Cole was the worst thing to happen to professional wrestling.
Then he had Corey Graves as his son.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. I just threw up in my mouth a little.
That's why Corey got
can have it
tattoos
later,
to look
Shane.
less like Michael Cole.
Stay down.
All right, but
Back on
about
track.
yeah, the Revival were awesome, like they always are. They're just both of those teams are just phenomenal.
Yes.
No flips, just fist.
Yeah,
Versus the Flippy team.
yeah, there were some flips, but it was all Samoan flips.
Look, I was down with this since day one-ish. Okay. I'm going to say it.
Oh, we're just catchphrasing. We're
Yeah.
gonna do a podcast catchphrasing.
Catching the phrases.
Yep, that's
We're
we're
going
gonna
to space out until you guys come back around.
we're gonna put on some waiters. We're gonna stand in the middle of a lake, and we're just gonna
Catch phrases.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, back to the match.
It's a great match.
It was a great match. I like that Dawson. I don't know. The way he sells things and the way that he like
When he acted like he was passed out in the corner.
Yes.
yeah.
Dude, that was fucking genius. There needs to be more of that.
Like,
And maybe I have not seen him do that enough to be
No, I mean-
appreciate it. But God, that was good.
I don't think I've seen him do that. Like, I mean, I know they kind of made him like shitty comedy thing for a while
Yeah.
with the Uzi Hot and all that.
Am I supposed to not like Dash? I don't really like Dash. I like Scott.
I don't think you're supposed to like Dash Rendar. But
He looks like a little bitch. I'm just gonna say it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they like.
That's how I feel. My feelings.
I feel your feelings, and I'll raise you more feelings.
Go ahead.
The Usos. I don't know what's going on with Jay's mouth, but he has like straight vampire fangs now.
Yeah. The Samoan vampire.
Yeah, and that needs to be
This
a
could
thing.
be a movie.
Like Peter Thorne needs to come back. Or
WWE films.
Gangrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Gangrel
He's gonna
done
have a
making porn.
5-foot monster penis. That's what
That's
happens
good
when
shit.
that's what happens when Vince writes a movie. In case you didn't know, Shane, listen to the podcast.
I did listen to that one.
All right.
Shrug.
You listened to one.
Yeah.
3 ain't enough, man. We need 5. All right, we are just like this is just screeched to a halt. So, commentary was
Save it.
fucking awful.
Yeah.
So this one gets a 3 again because, like, we've had like, okay, 2 really good matches now, and both of them were ruined for me by
Something else.
Yeah.
Something outside of the match.
and that's just like that's the problem with the WWE. They have some great like potential for storytelling, and they've got like, I mean, obviously they have arguably the best workers in
Yeah, they're
the
loaded
world.
with talent.
Yeah, but they just can't seem to get it all together.
Yeah,
Like,
they can't
there's-
get over themselves.
Yeah, there's always something that fucks them up.
So this actually reminds me of Fight for the Fallen, that something outside of the match is what ruined the match for you. Because
Yeah.
you felt like they were just trying to get you to buy All Out, and that the announcers were like fucking up and you hated Alex and everything. So
Yeah.
then like it's the same kind of thing ruining both promotions for you, where like
Yeah.
the workers are the best part.
Which I mean, they should be.
Yeah.
But don't hamstring them.
Right. But we also, from our childhood and stuff, we all remember, JR.
But I
being
had JR.
amazing. Yeah. Well, sort of.
All right, next match.
I mean, it's definitely like 20 plus years later.
Yeah,
so-
he's like a fine wine or like a fine barbecue sauce.
Sometimes wine turns into vinegar.
I don't know. We're not fancy enough
Yeah.
like you guys. Well, I mean, I guess he is on DQP Does, but he's the real one.
Yeah, okay. Aleister Black versus Cesaro. Oh, what the fuck? This is weird. So, like, the list I'm looking at has all the, who won all these matches, but
Yeah.
not this one.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I know that Aleister Black won, but
Mhm.
I just thought it was weird.
I like new weird.
Way to go, CBS.
I like weird new James Bond Cesaro.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of
We
that.
skipped a lot of entrances, so
Okay.
when we watched it, so I didn't see that.
Oh, well, just in general, his new character.
Okay.
We were trying to catch up.
Yeah. We were a little late.
Yeah.
Guys are pulling back the curtain.
Oh.
We're
So
super professional around here.
apparently the pay-per-view started earlier than what I thought it did.
We thought the pre-show started at 7, not the actual show.
Oh no, it started at 6, 5
Yeah.
Central.
Hey, how about that?
Anyway, this was a good match. Started really strong, really aggressive. These
I
guys,
like aggression.
yeah, this was a stiff match. Those shots, like I was feeling
Pretty
them.
legit.
Aleister, I'm really glad that he went over because he is another guy that hasn't wrestled in like 3 months,
Right.
and we need. I mean, he had to win, and I know Cesaro's enhancement talent, but I was still questioning it. It seemed like Cesaro was gonna win this,
Yeah, could pull it out.
and that to me, that's good storytelling. That's
Right.
what you want.
Right, where you know that one guy has been programmed to win this, and then during the match you're starting to doubt it. That's good storytelling.
Yeah, that's like if you can make me mark out after 30 years of watching pro wrestling, then you're doing your job right.
Right.
You got any thoughts on this one, Smooth?
No.
Okay.
Like, I felt like Aleister Black was in there just kicking the shit out of Cesaro, and Cesaro was trying to be a wrestler in the match.
Specifically his leg.
Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of kicks. Like, I wanted to see some, like, moves and some spots, and I get that that's, like, Aleister's thing is, like, he's, like, a kickboxer. But I just didn't feel like the match was as good as it could have been. And I'm not going to rest it on any individual. Like, Aleister's been doing these weird, dumbass promos that I'm not super into. I want to see him out there week after week wrestling. And I'm glad Cesaro's not wrestling Ricochet constantly anymore. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
But Cesaro's really good, and he doesn't get a good enough push.
No, he never has. Talking about Aleister, though, I think he would be a good opponent for The Undertaker in like a shooty,
supernatural kind of
and-
shooty,
yeah,
punchy.
like a striker. Yeah,
That would be cool.
Yeah. And I also wanted to see Bray. Like, I thought that the
Yes.
whole Firefly thing with the Alistair thing was leading to a feud between the two.
Right.
Which, I mean, I don't know where we haven't seen him in, 4 weeks now? 3 weeks? When was the last Firefly? Did you guys see the sign at Fight for the Fallen? Like, right in the front?
Yeah, we've seen it.
All right, so what'd you give this match?
3.5. This was the match to beat so far.
Yeah, again, with what Nathan said, I felt like the styles didn't mix as well as like you think. 'Cause like you really enjoyed this match, and I feel like we were both kind of like, it's like a kickboxer versus a wrestler, and it just the
It was like a
offense is really one-sided.
but it wasn't. I mean, like, when Cesaro got a hold of him, he tossed him around like a rag doll. So, like, it was sort of like a Street Fighter.
Zangief versus like Ryu kind of thing.
Yeah. So this guy's
more
going to
Sagat.
strike. Yeah, this guy's going to strike, but, once the wrestler gets his hands on him, once he gets a hold of him, it's, and that's
He's
the
gonna
way it
trash
was.
him. Yeah, I don't know. I'd give it like a 2.5, 3, but I enjoyed it. It was just I didn't think it was.
Unfortunately, I was super out of it on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't holding my attention like I
Yeah.
thought it would.
All right.
Would you have liked it better if it were Bray versus Alistair?
Yeah.
I think that would have made better sense thematically anyway.
And Bray looks so jacked right now. He looks like a real muscle man.
So
Makes
we're
me
gonna
wanna
move
do the
on.
Muscle Man dance.
What about the backstage gift exchange? The R-Truth and Carmella searching for Drake Maverick, and then
You mean Hornswoggle?
yeah, and then Bliss and Cross come out. Bliss gives her a T-shirt.
Okay, I have a question about that.
Why did she come out of the bathroom with a gift?
Thank you.
No, there were two things about that. She came out of the bathroom with a gift, and then after they talked to R-Truth and Carmella, she was like, "Oh, hey, I didn't see you there." And she like literally came out of the bathroom with her.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck was that about?
And
The Street Profits.
the Street Profits was fucking weird.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he really likes her. He wants to party with her.
The
Talking about Nikki Cross.
like R-Truth called Alexa Carmella.
I missed that.
So, like, he goes, "Hey, Carmella," and then like,
Have you seen Hornswoggle?
yeah. So does that mean R-Truth thinks all white people look the same,
Probably.
or that like that was a botched line and Carmella wasn't supposed to run away that fast?
It was probably a botched line. But it works because he's just like completely insane now. So it's fine.
I love it. I love it, Michael.
No, it makes sense. I think we're R-Truth. Like, all short people are Hornswoggles. All white
All
girls
blonde girls are Carmella.
Carmella's makes perfect sense. I'm surprised he didn't call Nikki Cross Paige.
Oh, I would have laughed so hard.
She's got an accent too, so it fits even more. All right, so next was the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley, the champion, versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss in a 2-on-1 handicap. So for those keeping score at home, we've had 1, 2, 3 matches on the main card, and only one of them had a stip. So this is the 4th match, and it also has a stip.
This is the 5th match.
What was the other match?
Oh wait, yeah, no, that was on the pre-show, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you. 4 matches.
I'm just not professional.
2 and 2. 2 with stips and 2 without.
Okay. I like that Nikki got her own music and didn't just run out to Alexa.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are you staring at me?
So maybe you wanted to add something
About the entrances?
about anything. I'm
I
just
don't
naming
give a
what I
shit
like.
about no entrances. Let's get down to the business, the meat and potatoes of the match.
Okay, Corey Graves again ruining this match.
Ugh.
Teasing a Sasha return right in the beginning of the match.
He didn't really tease a Sasha return. He just said that Bayley's best friend left her.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
wonder if she'll come back tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess he did.
Isn't Sasha on the SummerSlam poster?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I thought Sasha was in AEW.
No, that's
Oh.
I don't
Or
know.
maybe she's wrestling for Stardom. She's everywhere now. It's hard to tell.
Well, she's Mercedes.
Yeah.
Back to this match.
Yeah, back to this match.
SmackDown Women's Championship Bayley was the champion versus Nikki Cross.
There we go.
In a 2-on-1 handicap. This is the second of 4 matches to have stipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In an
Extreme
Extreme
Rules, bro.
Rules, yeah.
It's also that also means that there are 2 matches that haven't had stipulations yet.
Yeah, that was the
Which,
point.
If my math is correct, leaves me with roughly 50% of the matches having stipulations up to this point.
Yeah, which they should all have stipulations because of fucking Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, maybe the rules were just too extreme.
No.
Okay, so
Anyway.
we're going to talk about this match. And in this match, you know what I seen? I seen a lot of quick tags and Bayley getting her ass kicked, and I liked it.
I
was good.
want Bliss and Cross to be the women's champions, the tag champs.
I don't think that's going to happen
I
now
need it.
because Nikki Cross lost the match, and Alexa's going
And-
to be pissed about it. And we have a new champion, Shane.
Yes. I don't know, since you don't follow the show, we have our own Crimson Ring multi-dimensional champion,
Okay.
which was currently Nikki Cross going into this match. However, she got pinned by Bayley, making Bayley our new Crimson Ring multi-dimensional champion.
That's right.
Good for her.
Congratulations.
She's got 2 belts. Is she Bayley 2 belts now?
Yes.
Congratulations, Bayley.
Bayley suspenders.
Bayley suspenders. She's going to keep them pants up. All right.
So I know Nathan liked this match because of the hot tags.
Yeah.
Being pretty good. And I thought that was good.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Corey Graves just wouldn't shut up through the whole match, like to the point where I wanted to mute the TV.
Yeah.
I just tune it out.
I can't. His voice is grating, and also they're just straight burying Renee now. She's allowed to repeat like what Michael says, but only like the last 3 words.
Renee did something very interesting in the main event. We'll get to that when the time comes. But, just some of her announcing there was really good. But, I get what you're saying. The thing I didn't like about it was the ref was all over Alexa, and Alexa kept saying, I know. And it
Like
it kind
25
of
fucking
pulled
times.
away from the match.
Yeah.
Like, cheating is fine. You don't have to acknowledge that the ref is there every time. Like,
And-
dial it back a little bit.
And the whole reason that this is a triple threat match, which originally wasn't supposed to have a
Right.
special rule, but she had that really bad sinus infection, and they weren't sure if she's going to be able to wrestle.
Yeah, she was like sick for like a week.
Yeah. So maybe they were just checking on her to make sure she was okay.
No, it puts Bayley over more as a champion. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought that was really good for her.
Especially that like double submission.
Yeah.
That was
That
good.
was awesome.
That should have been the ending of the match, but it should have been Alexa tapping.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I love Bayley's elbows too. I think
Mhm.
she does a good elbow drop.
Yeah, it's Macho Man Shawn Michaels esque.
Yeah, it's like is beautiful. She gets a lot of height too.
A good elbow drop is always a classic.
Yeah.
So you guys think there weren't any botches in this match?
No. Am I
I
wrong?
felt like there were a couple, specifically with the like kind of trio woe thing going on with Bliss on the top.
Yeah, they
Of the
lost what they
turnbuckle.
were doing.
Yeah, they didn't understand.
Yeah.
They kept pulling her up, and then like they were kind of like, oh yeah, this time I was gonna do this, and then we're just gonna do it again because I need to get this other spot in, and then like we're just gonna let it go.
Yeah. All right, I'll give you that one. I'm still giving this one 3.5.
Yeah, I'd give this one 3. It was okay.
This solid.
I mean, it was
solid.
better than okay, I guess.
All right.
How do you feel about the Blissination? I mean, I know that you're upset she didn't win.
Yeah.
And I actually would have been super cool with like a co-women's SmackDown champion, like.
Yeah.
Except
Well, you
she's
know.
on Raw.
I think out of a pack of 6 biscuits, I'm gonna give it 5 biscuits.
Okay.
Not for the wrestling.
All right, Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in a last man standing match.
Yeah, and Braun Strowman was the last man standing.
Yep, by 10 count.
He punched through a fucking wall.
So I love watching guys walk slowly upstairs to get to the backstage area. That's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things about wrestling. Not really.
I don't know,
Jesus fucking Christ.
I was into this one. It was like, it wasn't a wrestling match, obviously.
No.
It was just, it was like two monsters going at it. It was Godzilla and Rodan. Again, like all the stuff was clearly gimmicked. When he threw him through the merch thing, it was clearly foam padding. When he punched through the wall, it was drywall. But I mean, they focus on safety first in this promotion.
There was a chair with 2 inches of padding on it he got hit with.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell everything was gimmicked where he was supposed to fall.
Yeah.
Like, and I get that.
I mean, that chair was one of the chairs that people were sitting in, so I understand why that was padded. Like, that wasn't like a chair on the side that was somebody was supposed to get hit with. So I understand why that one was.
He was supposed to.
Well,
get hit with
yeah. I mean, they did it.
Those
and
weren't
it was
fans
supposed to be
sitting
there.
there.
No,
Those were ring crew sitting there,
Yeah.
obviously.
But those are the seats that the fans in those areas sit in, if they're in those areas.
I didn't like it.
I liked it a lot. I mean, it wasn't a wrestling match by any stretch of the imagination. It was just two like hosses going at it.
I would have liked it more if they had spent at least like a couple minutes in the ring and like, because like I like seeing Braun and Bobby like do like body slams and shit.
Yeah,
And
well, I
there
mean, we saw
wasn't-
that. It was just like out on the concourse.
Not really, not a whole lot.
They were. I mean, that's pretty much all they did was slam each other into stuff.
No, I mean like picking each other up and slamming them on the ground. Not like I'm gonna grab you by the head and run you into this.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, if they can follow up with this and make Braun a monster again.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I want out of it is Braun to be huge again, because I really liked that.
So I gave this one a 2. I mean, it wasn't a
Yeah.
wrestling match,
Agreed.
but it was.
Fair
I
enough.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much.
All right. Moving on to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan, who are the champions,
And
versus Heavy Machinery in a triple threat.
I really wanted Heavy Machinery to win this match.
me too.
I'm a huge fan of them. I've said it before on many podcasts. Otis, and I think it was said best, he's a mixture of, what was it, Chris Farley
and Rhino.
and Rhino. That is accurate.
Yeah.
And that caterpillar worm thing, I loved it.
Yeah,
Some Scotty Too Hottie going on.
Otis is.
They're big guys.
They are, and Otis is still a little green.
But that when we thought he was gonna jump out of the ring,
God, I love
dude,
that.
He got me. I was like, he's gonna jump out of this ring and it's gonna be badass, and he didn't, and I loved it even more.
Fucking
Yeah.
put the brakes on, and then he's like, all right, I'm going to slowly step out and then just jump off the apron.
I'm not mad about the winners of this match,
No, because they deserve it.
but the New Day definitely got their ass kicked and got about 3 offensive moves in,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then won.
yeah, and it like
Heavy Machinery did all the heavy lifting.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, pun.
Yeah.
The New Day are clearly being set up to be the dominant force going into Fox, which I thought, it was going to be another thing, but obviously not going to happen.
There's a saga here.
Well, and I agree with it. And you know how I feel about Big E. Everybody knows. Everyone who listens to the podcast knows how I feel about Big E Langston.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Big E?
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah, no spoilers, dog. Can we go back a little bit to the New Day promo earlier though?
Go ahead.
With
Oh yeah.
like the weird totem pole thing that they were doing, and like the clearly sexual references that they kept making. I don't know how they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna be on Fox, so they get a TV 14, but they're really heading towards an attitude era with these guys, and if they're gonna be the ones that lead the charge, I'm all for it.
Oh, it wasn't just at that time that they were leading towards that either.
Well, up until this point,
Yeah, up to this point in the
we didn't
in the
know that there
show.
were going to be literal money shots. And edit.
There was what?
All right.
We were just at the entrance of the cave, bro.
Yeah, I saw bats.
Oh my god.
All I seen was Seth.
Oh my god. All right.
It was on the outside of the cave.
Anyway,
So what'd you give this match?
I gave this one 3.5. I thought it was a good match. Heavy Machinery did all the stuff.
Yeah.
Although Rowan, like, that dude looks awesome.
Yeah, he's
He
looking
always looks
really
awesome.
Yeah, they're letting him be more athletic as
Well,
opposed to just.
He looks like he's just like security for like an Iron Maiden concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's clearly Brian's bodyguard, and I love it.
Well, Daniel Bryan's going to go where no Daniel Bryan has gone before.
That's right. NXT UK.
That's right.
All right, so after this match, Paul Heyman came out.
Yep. And Cheap Pops is Philly.
Right. And he teased Brock cashing in tonight.
And then he unteased it.
Yeah. And then there was the United States Championship.
Yep. AJ
Ricochet versus AJ.
Yep. AJ DeWitt versus Ricochet.
AJ Styles.
Oh, sorry.
Jordan Styles.
Right. JD
AJ Styles.
Styles.
AJ Styles.
So the club was out there for the whole match. They should
Uh-huh.
have got sent to the back. It's fine that they didn't
Yeah.
because it added to the end of the match.
I really like heel Styles.
Me too. They cheapened Ricochet's title run.
Ricochet didn't deserve a title run.
Oh,
I
here we
guess
go.
not. Like,
I'm shocked they let him win. I know they needed to get Joe into the program with Kofi, but after the whole like internet video debacle, like I was shocked that they let him win.
you think that's why they took the belt off of him?
I think he was always going to be an interim champion, and they were just like, it's 2019, who cares? And then they just let him do it anyway. He was there to transfer the belt from Joe to Styles.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just think that makes Ricochet look like a fucking hand.
Like a jobber,
Yeah, he's
like
not.
a small flippy guy that doesn't get any respect.
Because he's in WWE.
So he's a new Ray.
Yeah, he is straight up the new Ray.
Okay, makes sense now, I guess.
So in 14 years, he should get a world title run after his friend dies.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That face, man. I'm sorry. I know you like him, but he's not the guy. He doesn't have the look.
Not the WWE look.
He could blast off eventually. Just saying, he could be a star in this business.
So many things.
Can we continue with this podcast?
Yeah, I think that he's gonna be the new Ray, though. I like bringing that up.
I don't
I
like that.
wrote that in my notes. I feel like he's gonna be the guy that does all the cool stuff and then loses, or he'll be the new Dolph or whatever.
Yeah.
He's gonna look good losing, and people are still gonna like watching him.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna be our. I mean, he's not gonna. He's gonna be a Batista, not a Cena.
So what would you rate it?
I gave this one full erection. I went all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love heel Styles.
Yes.
The Styles Clash finish. We never get to see the Styles Clash anymore.
But, I mean, it was off the second rope, so that was really good.
Yeah, no, I was like,
I'm talking about.
that was
Yeah, so I gave that one a 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 as well.
Yeah.
Although that's all I can give it.
Well, I could have given it one more, but I didn't.
Well, I'm gonna just say this: in a real wrestling company, a guy like AJ Styles could do some great things.
Woo! All right, so the next match that wasn't really a match, and that's that last one was also no stipulation. So what is that? 4 out
they
of
had
6.
the club out there. That was sort of a stipulation.
Yeah. This one doesn't have a stipulation. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. It also
Dolph
isn't really a
motherfucking
fucking
Ziggler.
match because it was only like 15 seconds long.
Yeah. The only notes I have for this are really ... -6 stars.
Well, thanks, Dave. I think it just puts over the stunner.
Yeah.
If you get hit with a stunner, you're done.
He's becoming Stone Cold.
Yeah. He got KO'd.
Mm-hmm.
Like KO'd Ziggler.
With a stunner.
Boom.
Yeah. Stunning Kevin Owens.
So you retracted into yourself 6 inches for this one?
No, it was stars. It's a okay. So there's
He
this,
hit a 4 so hard that he started to see stars, and he counted 6.
but they were -6 because they were black holes.
They were czars.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. Also no stipulation.
I think any match with Samoa Joe is a stipulation in and of itself. Just having to fight Samoa Joe.
I'm so not into Samoa Joe at all. Like, I
Really?
don't really give a shit about anything that he's in. He doesn't entertain me at all.
I don't think he needs to. I don't know that he entertains. I just feel like he is always a viable threat. Like, he could be nowhere for 3 months, and then Joe's gonna show up, and he's gonna be scary.
Meh.
Am I the only one that's kind of over Kofi being champion?
Yes.
I would have preferred Brock to cash in right after this.
I thought he was going to,
I think it would have made everything better.
especially because the New
Same.
Day won the titles.
Yeah. I just look, Samoa Joe is badass. Kofi is badass. It was a dud.
I mean, I thought it was a
I
decent
didn't
match.
like the match. I just
Following Joe's career for as long as I have, like, I liked him in TNA and I watched him in Japan and I like all of his stuff. It made me believe in Kofi as a champ more. So I guess it had the opposite effect for me. I was like, oh, if he can hold up against somebody like Joe, then he deserves to be the champ.
no. I wanted Kofi to get the win, barely surviving Samoa Joe, and Brock to cash in.
I wanted that too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way.
No,
No.
we had it. No.
All right, so what'd you give this one?
2.5.
I'd give it a 2. I just wasn't into it. Let's go on to the next one. This one had a stipulation. This was the main event. Universal and Raw Women's Championship, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, the champions, versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
The champions.
No.
Yeah, and the stipulation was, winner take all.
Yep.
But if they can't pull it off, then they're done. No more chances.
Now,
Right.
is that just with them, or is Corbin never get a shot again?
That's what they should do. You just never can have a shot at the Universal or Women's title ever
All right.
again.
I shit on Corbin all the time.
Rightfully so.
And he is probably the premier heel in the WWF.
Disagree.
From watching Twitter and seeing videos, he's definitely playing a dastardly heel. And
Yeah.
what I like is he's playing a dastardly heel that's not very good at wrestling. So
Oh, is that his bit?
that's the bit. I've
See,
finally
he has
come to
fooled
terms
me
with it. Yeah.
for like 7 years now.
That
right?
he was supposed to be good.
Talk about a long con.
But he definitely has a really great finisher. And
Yeah.
Shane pointed that out last night.
Mm-hmm.
And the
It's
whole
like
match,
a reverse rock bottom, though.
and the hard part of this, nope, can't do that.
Some stiff working.
They definitely did a close up of Lacey Evans' ass.
Yeah.
And that was the part that Renee golfed at.
Uh-huh.
She sold
Yeah.
it. It was a little much. They were trying to show the Seth that was written on there, but she was bent over too far. And
so all
it
you saw was her
just
ass.
looked like, well, we've thrown out, it's TVMA. Here's Lacey's butt.
Mm-hmm.
Is a little much, I think, for children watching the program.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was on purpose. I didn't even notice the Seth thing in the beginning. I was just like, oh, that's a butt.
Yeah.
And then
She's a lady. It does not go with her gimmick, by the way.
no, but doesn't it though? Like,
No. It doesn't go with her gimmick.
I feel like her gimmick now is like vamp, like 40s femme fatale.
Yeah, because she says she's a classy lady, but she doesn't act like it.
No, and like the way she just like got in the ring and she was like, "Hey, remember when I did that low blow on you, Seth? Like, we should do this more." And then Becky proceeded to beat the shit out of her. But just like she was trying to seduce Seth in the ring, she like did the stupid, presenting thing getting into the ring.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're going for, that she's going to try to be like the sex pot.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
I feel like they just cheapened her whole gimmick.
I mean, her gimmick was never really like what it was supposed to be.
No, I
anyway.
could have got behind that I'm a real lady thing, and then you sexualized it for the sake of just doing it.
Welcome to the WWE.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if that's like that couldn't have been the original plan going forward.
I don't know, man.
And then they're like, "Oh man, we got to continue with AEW. Well, what did we do last time? People challenged us. We showed tits.
Yeah.
And are they going to go back to that?
I hope.
No,
Not.
it's not. It's too much of a PC culture to go back to that.
Yeah, I'm completely against the objectification of women.
I think they're going to take a lot of heat for that shot.
I'm
in this
I'm
coming
sure they
week.
will. But Dunn is super protected, so it's not really going to matter.
Yeah.
So this match goes on, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of stuff happens. It ends with Corbin deep sixing Becky.
No, he does the end of days. He did the deep six to Seth earlier.
Okay, they're all the same move. I don't pay attention to Corbin. And then Seth goes social justice warrior, and like, which okay,
He beat the shit out of Corbin with a kendo stick.
So
Yeah.
you could see that two different ways, right? You could see him like being white knighting her, and then you could also see it that she was fridged, right?
yeah, a little bit, but I don't think that's how they were going for it.
Oh no, I'm sure that's not how they meant it, but that's what happened.
Shouldn't that have ended in the they made such a big deal about how it could only be like women versus women and men versus men.
Yeah,
Like, shouldn't that have ended the match right there?
No,
but it
no,
was
no,
no DQ.
It makes a dastardly heel move on Baron's part, and then Seth, who, like, if you think about it in all the promos, Becky's taking charge because she's the man. Like that's what they're using, unfortunately. But they did it differently in this, where Seth got to defend Becky instead of Becky constantly like defending
Saving
and
him.
taking over. So it's completely even, in my opinion.
Which she even saved him once in this match when he got
Yes.
deep sixed,
Yes.
and she came in and saved the pin.
Yeah, I liked that.
I think it was completely even, and I liked how Lacey was backing out of the match when Seth was going nuts.
That was good selling on her part,
That was perfect chicken shit heel move.
and she seemed genuinely scared too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had that look. Like,
So that was
oh
good.
my god.
I mean, and then so Seth and Becky win. They're still the champs.
Yep.
Corbin and Charlotte can't challenge anymore. And
We get like 2 seconds of
right, and then it
of
goes to
Seth's
black.
music.
Like it's like a monster just realized what happened. Like,
It's Tim.
oh, it's fucking Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he comes out. He gives some F5s and some suplexes and some such.
He gave him a couple suplexes and an F5.
Yeah, two or three Germans. Was it just 2?
2 or 3, yeah.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, so some suplexes and an F5, and then he hands in the briefcase, which I know that you can't do it because like this isn't like a fancy Marvel movie. How awesome would it have been if R-Truth were hiding in that briefcase?
Why
and he
would,
was pinning Hornswoggle.
Yep. We just like followed the briefcase and it was like
Yeah.
some weird Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole thing.
Did anybody want Becky to distract Brock
yes.
during that cash in
I wanted Becky to
and
come in.
disarm Brock?
I wanted Becky to come in with the kendo stick after Brock won and beat the shit out of Brock.
Yeah. Or do a Beck exploder to Brock.
Oh yeah.
and
Dude,
then
is that even
Seth gets the
possible?
pin. Yeah, I think it is because she's the man.
I mean, at least like right before they ring the bell, like she comes in and hits him in the back of the head with the women's championship belt, and she rolls out, or like
Something.
pulls Seth over on top of him or something.
Yeah, anything at all. Something.
Oh, see, and they missed a good storyline. Like Brock tries to challenge, okay, and right before he gets the pin, like Becky does something like that, getting a disqualification,
DQ, yeah.
getting the match thrown out, but Seth didn't want that. Like he does, like I don't
Yeah,
want
so
to be
then
DQ.
it's
It
Seth
cheapens my win.
Seth
versus Brock at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
in a cage,
Yeah.
Inferno match.
Four corners of hell.
I just made it better.
Yeah.
So, did you guys know that they're the first two guys in history to have cashed in and taken the championship from each other?
Yes.
Yeah, the only difference was that Seth didn't pin Brock to win.
Yeah, that's true. Because that, like we were talking about earlier, was a triple threat. Because we were talking about during the pay-per-view, we were like, what if Brock came out right now
With
during
Sable.
the match? No, just by himself. And then he wins, and he gets both the Universal Championship and the Raw Women's Championship.
I feel like they could have made it better if he'd have came out with a partner and it was Charlotte Flair.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to tell anyone apart.
No, you would have. One
Just
would have
Brock.
not worn red
Oh, okay.
and
Thank
had
you.
Seth on her butt.
Wait,
It would have said Andrade.
Ah, see it.
Boom.
Oh, my God. All right, so what'd you guys give that match?
Would have said Brock Party. The case.
We got him.
The suitcase said
Right.
Brock Party.
Yeah. Money in the Brock.
What'd you give that match?
3. I gave it a 3. It was okay. I don't like violence on women, so
I do not condone it.
I don't.
I mean, if it's woman-on-woman violence, I don't care.
Yeah, but it was 3 men and 1 woman.
Poor Lacey.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlotte was
Anyway.
severely outnumbered in that match.
So is that
Number
it?
2.
That was it. Yeah, that's the extreme rules. We got
Alright.
a bunch of new champs and a couple not new champs.
So that versus Fight for the Fallen, you would definitely choose Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I feel like Extreme Rules won out. The WWE won out on this one. Just too many mistakes in Fight for the Fallen.
I thought that there were overall better matches in Extreme Rules, but I was super pissed off that not every match had a stipulation.
I'm going to agree with Shane, which hurts. But Extreme Rules was just a better pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think All Out versus SummerSlam is going to be better.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I think that the match of the weekend was that Kenny Omega Shima match, but I feel like that Extreme Rules won out overall.
I like the Hangman match.
I do too. Oh, do you guys like? I like the way the Undertaker ended his match with like that reverse Deadeye on Shane.
No.
No,
You're mixing stuff.
no, he did like a reverse Deadeye like in the front.
What? That's a tombstone, bro.
Oh, I've never seen anything like that.
Taker did it first. Don't cheapen Taker. Not allowed.
This just got personal.
Yeah,
No, just don't cheapen Taker. Ever.
I didn't.
You watch your
Goldberg
mouth.
did.
You watch your mouth. No, Goldberg just sucks.
Redacted.
He shouldn't have been in the match.
No,
He shouldn't be a wrestler.
I don't know about that.
He should just stick to headbutting lockers.
Well, he's good at it.
Is he? Because he keeps getting concussions when he does it.
That's how you know it's working.
Oh, man. Well,
I mean, I wouldn't want to remember my wrestling career if I was Goldberg either, so that's fine.
176-0.
this has been an episode, I guess,
Of something.
of DQP Does the Crimson Ring.
The Crimson Ring Unsanctioned.
Yeah. Cheapens everything.
If you want to reach us on Twitter, you can find us at Crimson Ring Pod.
Yeah.
We've got a special show. We're the only DQPN podcast with its own Twitter.
Nope, that's not even close to being true.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Yeah.
the Drafty Dames have a
No,
Twitter.
they don't count.
Yeah, they had one first, I think.
They had theirs first.
We're in the men's division.
Oh, suck it.
Oh my God.
And if you want to follow Shane on Twitter, you can get him at Soupballs.
Nope.
That's at Corncob Reed.
Oh, at Corncob Reed. Got it.
No, neither of those things are accurate.
At
And that's TWFFF.
That isn't accurate either. I hope you guys actually made these beforehand because that would be pretty funny, but I know you didn't.
Yeah, there's still time before it airs.
Let me get on my phone real quick.
It's like the Spider-Man webbing.
yeah.
Thwip.
Thwip.
Thwip. Thwip.
All right, cheesy ending.
Yeah, I think it's time for the cheesy ending.
I'm not plugging anything. I don't want to be associated with this.
DQP Does at gmail.com.
This was the Crimson Ring on the DQP Podcast Network. And in the meantime, folks, remember, if you want the crowd to pop, just get some color.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.
It's not a host.
Yeah. I'm just trying to play the exit music.
No.
I mean, I already said let's do the cheesy ending, so.
Queefing my dick. Dicky queefing.
Here comes the dick.
Dick queefing.
Dicky
Queefing, dicky. Queefing. Yeah?
Are you guys done?
I was done 45 minutes ago.
Totes.
Okay, so roughly